Okay, welcome to Elevate with Liana Marisha, where we dive into what it means to feel well, to think deep, and to live wide.
And today, we're taking it down to the cellular level with someone who has dedicated his life to understanding and educating others on what it truly means to feel well from the inside out. We're joined by Dr. Dixon, naturopath, chiropractor, and one of the foremost global educators in Redox science.
Dr. Ray is on a mission. We know that. We've been working with him for a while now to shift the way we think about vitality, aging, and what our cells are capable of, backed by science and powered by purpose.
Dr. Ray, welcome to Elevate. We're thrilled to have you here.
Thank you very much to Marisha and Liana. I'm thrilled to be here. It's an exciting life we're all living, and it's great to be able to share it.
Thank you for wherever you are. We know you're in a hotel and we caught you on the go, but thank you for always saying yes, Dr. Ray.
Welcome.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. What sparked your curiosity in health, Dr. Ray, and how did that curiosity evolve into your deep dive into cellular health and redox signaling?
You're going back in time, Marisha. I was 18 years of age. I'm 70 this year, and I was an asthmatic. I'd suffered terribly from asthma. I remember many a night struggling to breathe, and I'd read a bit on yoga, and I was loving the yoga. The lady suggested I see her husband, who is a naturopath and chiropractor, and I didn't even know what that was. I said to her, "What is that?" And she explained briefly natural healing, etc., and he will cure your asthma. And he did, and I've never had it since. So that's where the health journey and vocational career began, Marisha.
Wow. And how did that evolve, that curiosity evolve then to cellular health and to redox signaling?
Wow, another big jump, Liana. All things health are cells. All things sickness and disease are cells. The human body is 100 trillion cells approximately, whether it's brain, kidneys, stomach, sick cells, sick you, healthy cells, healthy you. So my whole life has been about cells because it's been about health. And then it comes down to what promotes healthy cells and what promotes sick cells. There are many cellular requirements, Liana. Cells need materials. What they don't need is toxins. This is the new revolution.
Wow, how exciting is this? It's a whole new field of science, breakthrough technologies behind it. This is so interesting. But another question that comes to me, so you've worked in the intersection of naturopathy and chiropractic care and now redox science. In your experience, what have you found to be the most misunderstood truth about how the body heals?
It would be the lack of knowledge on redox signaling. From your beginnings, that is true. You have an inner doctor. That inner doctor will heal you if it gets what it needs. So the redox is the latest revolution in that space, and it fits in perfectly. It's just that they didn't know there was such a deep level of signaling molecules. We just now know what redox signaling molecules are, and for the first time in history, they're available as a supplement.
I am so lucky because I've heard you talk about this many a time, and every time, Dr. Ray, it's just so inspiring and interesting to hear the way you see the world and your knowledge of the human body. Give us a bit of your background to place us into your world.
That's a very good question, and I agree with your comments. I wasn't always as knowledgeable as I am now. Life's a journey. I graduated in 1977 as an osteopath, 78 as a naturopath, 1982 as a chiropractor. Now, there's a whole journey through my life because, there's an old saying, if you want to test your knowledge of a subject, try to teach it. The reality is, I then began lecturing many years later. I live in Phuket, Thailand now, but my major practice life was in Melbourne, Australia, all in their natural healing, naturopathic programs, by the way. And I taught anatomy and physiology and pathophysiology and some other subjects from 2000 to 2017. I taught the entire human body, human biology, anatomy and physiology for 17 years. There's nothing like teaching out of brilliant pathophysiology medical textbooks and realizing how much they don't know. And I always say these days, there's a lot they do know. There's a lot they know, but there's more that they don't know.
What are you most proud of, personally or professionally?
I'm very happy and proud to be where I am. I had many doubts, including self-doubt and self-belief. So from the yoga training and teaching and participation, I didn't only get physical health, I got a lot more from mental health and mental perception and self-belief that I could do anything and be anything. So what I'm most proud of is I did that and became exactly what I wanted to be. It takes discipline to achieve.
More pearls of wisdom in there. Dr. Ray, along this journey, what is your biggest challenge in this mission that we know, we share with you, to share this Redox with the world?
It's new. Because unless we go through networking where, I speak to you, Liana, you bring a friend of yours who trusts you, so they listen to me. This is the way that this is unraveling around the world right now. And I must say, for very specific reasons. These products were not registered as a drug. They could have been. Big Pharma offered to buy these products for a lot of money. The fact is they refuse that because they're natural, they're native to the human body, they're non-toxic, there's no negative side effect, there's only healing and detoxification and a better health and a better life. So sharing that, the biggest part of the difficulty is the challenge. The fact they weren't registered as a drug, the fact that you don't need a prescription, you can just order it yourself, but you need an education. So the challenge is, how do I get to educate people? That's the challenge. Well, I can only educate someone who listens to me. I can't educate people who don't listen to me, and they'll never know, or anybody else that knows about Redox. If you don't listen, you don't know.
What's the one concept or metaphor you would use to help people understand what Redox is and its role in healing and vitality?
As important as spark plugs are to your car working is how important redox signaling molecules are to your cells for them to work. In other words, your car would go nowhere without spark plugs, right? Your car wouldn't even start. Nothing would happen without the spark plugs. The spark plugs of your cells are the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell, where energy is made, ATP. But equally important to energy, as important as energy is, are redox signaling molecules. They are made in exactly the same Krebs cycle where you make energy and ATP. They regulate all functions of the human cell, and that means every function in your body, and that means the life of you, and it means the life of the plant, which is cells, and it means the life of your animal, which is cells. Redox signaling molecules, they are the finest chemicals in the human body. They regulate everything, and they are the true interface between the physical world and universe and what is beyond.
That is extraordinary, Dr. Ray. And I know that this same conversation was the one that got me very interested the very first time I heard of it. I did feel that it was beyond my understanding, but the glow in your eyes when you were explaining it, the energy that you were expressing, that, as you were calling it, the Holy Grail, I remember very well, caught my curiosity to look in, and I am forever grateful. And so I'm sure mention for Marisha that it has definitely changed our lives for the past 5 years, and we are so grateful for that. Coming back to our audience today, what would be the number one tip for our listeners to start shifting their health and elevating their lives starting from today?
Take a Redox. The reality is the redox signaling molecule supplement is so profound and so powerful that I came out of retirement for it. You're right. I'd looked for a holy grail my whole life. I'd looked in herbs, I'd looked in nutrition, homeopathy, chiropractic, osteopathy, you name it. I'd looked for a holy grail that could potentially affect everything and improve everything. I never found that until now. There isn't any single entity nutritionally, herbally, homeopathically that will impact every cell in the human body and reverse damage to that cell, except redox signaling molecules. They were discovered 1998. The first supplement was made available around 2015, approximate. 15 years now, so we're a little bit before 2015. That's 10. Yeah, around 2010, they launched quietly 2009, 2010, fully available, unraveling around the world progressively, now 40 countries. So the single most profound thing you can do to change your every cell in the human body to better functioning, reverse aging, reverse damage, I don't care the name of the blank disease, is redox signaling molecules.
And so now, to wrap up, we have a few rapid fire questions. We like to wrap it up this way to get to know the person behind the passion. So just answer with the first thing that comes to mind, Dr. Ray. It can be just one word. A ritual that grounds you. What's a ritual that grounds you?
Rituals are important. So after I've had my shower to wake up, I take my Redox number 2. And then number 3, I do the salute to the sun, Surya Namaskar, do a little prayer. I then add a little bit of, learn from a good friend, Richard, a little bit of Qigong, wild goose. I don't do the whole thing, but it's just a little bit of connection. These are kind of my little meditative ways and a little bit of physicality. I don't do lots of this, but enough to stretch out my body. Grounding's probably one way of putting it. It's really preparing for the day.
Brilliant. A quote or a book that has changed your life?
Oh my God. I read many books, but, I did read, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Amazing. The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore by Cohen. So there's so many. I know you said one, sorry, but, there's dozens and dozens of them.
All right. One object, Dr. Ray, in your home that tells your story.
My one object, and there's more than one of the same thing, which I'm very happy to have around me because they lighten and give joy to my day, is my crystals. And I don't like little ones, I like big ones. So I have 30 or 40 of those all through my house: amethyst, citron, quartz. I love them to bits. So I managed to get them in container loads from my clinic in Australia into my home in Phuket. But as you know, Marisha and Liana, everything in your home is reflecting you. Yeah, there's many things in the home that I would see as reflecting me, but I love my crystals.
Beautiful. I love that. So, Dr. Ray, we've come to the end of this lovely episode, and we just want to say thank you for bringing your insights, your depth, your energy, and your incredible knowledge. We never get enough about you, and that's what we've even done the Redox Connections, and we've got a few episodes there because we learn each time, every time we are in your company. So thank you so much. Your passion for cellular health is contagious, and you've given us so much to think about. And to our listeners, if something has just stirred into you today, take that feeling with you. Maybe it's a moment to rethink your relationship with your body, your energy, or even the way you age.
Can I add one thing, Liana, please?
Oh, I'd love that.
Marisha was very brief on mentioning the fact that she wrote a book called The Journey Within. May I just emphasize something here? Marisha is multi-talented, of course, but she wrote a number of books on traveling around the world aimed at 8 to 12, 13-year-old age groups. Very educational and very enlightening. Now, they were originally, as if I remember correctly, Marisha, around destinations: Tokyo, Bangkok, Singapore. Brilliant books, by the way, listeners. But let me add, writing a book, The Journey Within, is very different because it's still a journey. but it was writing what are cells? What are you made of? What's in those cells? What is the mitochondria? And she even taught what is redox signaling molecules. That is exceptional. And it's written at a level that everyone will understand, but be very educated by. So a very good piece of work you did there, Marisha.
Oh, Dr. Ray, I am so touched, really. Oof. Thank you. And I couldn't have done it without you, without Liana as well, who was also a guide as I was learning about this world of cellular health and the cells. And, for me, as you know, full well, with my Globetrotter series, I'm all about expanding horizons and showing the world and understanding and deepening our understanding of the world. But then, when I fell into this redox world and the cells, it sparked this quest to understand and to understand and to voyage inside within and to understand this world within us. And I think it's just so extraordinarily fascinating, and it's such a magical world for kids also to discover. And the more we discover these the way our body works and how magical it is, and the more we can respect that and lay those foundations at a young age, the better the rest of the journey will take us, right?
Well, it's a credit to you and of course, Liana, too. We had to listen. I had to listen. And I had a pretty closed mind. I thought I knew everything. Obviously, I didn't. It took me 2 years to wake up, and then you've got the likes of Liana listening because, we connected originally, and then down from Liana, this has now become many, many hundreds and probably thousands of people, lives changed. Your life after redox is not the same as your life before redox. It is a completely transformed life, and I hope the listeners can feel the energy here. At 70, I am as buoyant and energetic as I ever was, and passionate, and that comes from you, and it also comes from Liana. So congratulations to you too.
Thank
you. And the thing is you don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight, right? With this, it's really an easy journey. It really is. And so if today has sparked a shift, a curiosity, a question, or a desire to feel better and live more intentionally, then we'll have accomplished our goal, right? That's what Elevate is all about. Tuning in, waking up, and choosing to live wide. We'll leave a few links below for you to explore further if you're interested. Until next time, thank you so much, Dr. Ray, for your time, really, and your generosity. Stay curious, everyone. Stay connected. And don't forget to share this episode with someone who needs a little boost today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ray.
Thanks, Liana. Thanks, Marisha.